bot is connected. Oh, good afternoon. Totally forgot we were doing a stream today. Fortunately, I had someone remind me at the last minute. Oh. Let's see who we have in here. Treasure Pile, nice to see you. Chaos Shadow Storm, good afternoon to you as well. Oop, nice to see you. Stymie, great seeing you, bud. Blaze. Let's see. Amanita Shroom. No chasing squirrels. I will always chase the squirrels. Yeah, raid. Oh, so to say I am unprepared today would be a massive understatement. But I'm here. What is it they say that half of success in life is showing up? I've just got to find the other half. Hello, Irish Eyes. The other half is found in turkey and gravy. Well, so I'll get my Thanksgiving stories out of the way here. We're going to ignore our normal format, but Maxine and I cooked Thanksgiving dinner. We stayed home, and so we just spent yesterday doing a lot of cooking. But she did, let's see, she did the deviled eggs. She did most of the sweet potato casserole. And by did, I mean she made most of it. She read all the recipes. I had to help a little bit because there's some things she can't reach and I don't let her handle knives. Hey, thanks for the sub there. And again, Skeggy, thanks for the raid. And Azion Gaming, thank you for the follow. Oh wait, that's old. And let's see, we had turkey that we just bought, a turkey breast from, I think from Costco or something. And I made dressing. And we just kind of grazed all day. And that's what we're doing today too, so. Had my turkey, sweet potato pie. Oh, we're going to make, we didn't make pumpkin pie. We're going to try and make that tonight, I think. That'll be our entertainment. But hopefully everyone else had an aquarium pump. Oh, if you hear something in the background, there probably is. I need to go adjust that aquarium pump. It vibrates until it gets somewhere. I've got the tank behind me. I can probably take them off now. It was running a bunch of air filters on it. I had a cycle crash. I got to do my standard aquarium talk. I had a cycle crash. Don't even know why. Just went in and tested it one day and ammonia was through the roof. So I threw a bunch of extra filters in there. Should be fine now. I just haven't taken them out. Let's see. Azazel Reborn says, how did you add all those names to your chest? I added those names to the chest by going into the Unity editor when I was making this level and putting names on them. Pretty cool, huh? And let's see. So I am actually on live and on Atos. I guess I could grab some stuff here. I could give away extra prizes today. I'll tell you what. It's we should be in a giving mood this season. I'm going to do the double whammy. Let me make sure my chat bot's hooked up, and then I'm going to get started here. So we'll do the in-game things. Anybody know the phrase? What's the phrase? Anybody? Somebody knows the phrase. You guys will tell us what the phrase is. Autumn leaves and pumpkin, please. That is the phrase. For those who are new to the stream, you can go in-game and say that phrase in-game. And again, it's free to play, so don't have to buy anything. Or you can go to the store and buy something, buy some crowns. Or Lord of the Isle if you want to. It's your choice. One or the other, though. But anyways, either one of those things will get you entered in there, either buying from the store or saying that phrase in-game. Let's see. Let's looking at some of these things to give away a few of these things during the stream, in addition to the normal prizes. Oh, but if you say that phrase in-game, and again, totally expect me to be completely off my game. My brain was totally in, why does the Texas Longhorns play calling suck so bad mindset until about 20 minutes ago when I realized I had a stream to do. I still don't have an answer for why the Texas Longhorns play calling sucks so bad. It's like they were stealing the play calling from the Dallas Cowboys, which was also pathetic. Let's see. Maybe I'll give one of these guys out here. Let me find something I can give away that's not crazy. That's pretty crazy, I think. Shogun. I think that's a pretty nice one. Golden Obsidian Home. Let's see. Golden 4-story Great Hall. How about we do a Shogun ship? Hold on, I'll give away 2 cool houses during the stream. I don't even know if that's a rare thing or not, but I'll try to remember to set it to be non-tradable when I send it to you. Hold on, let me get my chat bot thing up there. Giveaway, reset, yes. What's that thing called? A Shogun Galley or something like that? Shogun ship. Bam. Okay, there, that's open now. So, again, I'm going to be totally off my game here today. My brain is totally in turkey and football land. But welcome to the streams, Avatar. If you want to join in the raffle that's going on for that Shogun ship, all you have to do is be a follower. You do not have to be a subscriber. Feel free to subscribe to the stream, but all you have to do is be a follower of the stream to enter, and then you just do, as you see, exclamation mark raffle. Hey, thank you, Elite. It's not quite the standard spelling. We will allow it. But then you can do a raffle and join in there, and I'll do a drawing. I'll do this one at 4:30, and then I'll set up another equally cool one for the end of the stream. But anyways, welcome to this Thanksgiving edition of the Shroud of the Avatar Friday stream. My brain is going to be, as I mentioned, completely fried and totally not on the game, but I thought I'd just get on and do a bunch of Q&A today, answer a bunch of questions. I'm sure you guys have tons. I have not looked at the log, but if you want to do a question, you can do it by doing exclamation mark question space whatever your question is, and it'll show up in my log, and I'm going to try to go through and answer those in order. I may skip a few if they are trollish or awkward, or if I just don't know the answer. I know this will shock a lot of you. For those who don't know, I am Chris Spears. I've been long known as the tech director on the project, but over time I've become more and more to the project, and now I'm kind of the guy who runs the project. Tries to make all the big decisions, but honestly, the team makes the decisions. We all work together on it, and we all make decisions together. There's very, very, very few times where I just overrule people or say, this is what we're going to do. I will say that one of the things I decided to do is something I'll mention right now and go ahead and plug it, which is the holiday specials. I think it was maybe like last Friday where I looked at the calendar and said, "Oh crap, there's a thing coming up called Black Friday. Every single company in the entire universe has some cool specials that they've been planning on for 6 months leading up to Black Friday. We probably should have some planning there." So I kind of looked at things and looked to see where I thought we could use and what works well, trying to look at numbers and books and stuff. But what I came up with, and again, the thing I also wanted to emphasize was, if you haven't heard me on the stream, I always try to emphasize stay home, be safe. I know a lot of you are probably away for Thanksgiving or have family in town for Thanksgiving, so just try and be safe, be highly aware of there is a big pandemic thing going on. But I thought it'd be good to have instead of a home for the holiday, have a homes for the holiday. Get it? Get it? Homes for the holiday. But with the idea of that keeping you home, you guys can stay home and decorate. But I thought I'd make it a kind of a combination thing. I know there's a lot of people out there who've been sitting, been in village lots for a long time, and just never quite made the jump. And I wanted to give them the opportunity to, now's the time to make the jump up to a town lot. Hopefully your pot owner or whatever city you're in will make room for you. But work town, move up to a city. But all of the upgrades to deeds are 25% off, and the houses are all 25% off, and the houses can still go on sale in addition to that. So really you can get the houses more than 40% off. So all right, looks like I got some questions pouring in here. Hopefully there's some good ones in there. But that was one that was my idea. I'm a little proud of it. Homes for the holiday. See, homes. Okay, it was a pretty low bar, but I did think it was a good one just because I know there's a lot of people out there who've probably been stagnant with their home and wanted to upgrade. And we've been doing lots of adventure stuff. Thought it'd be good to have some stuff for people who just like staying home and decorating. Although we didn't actually put decorations on sale. There is the rapid fire sale going on though. But anyways, that's enough plugging stuff that we're selling. Let me jump into some questions there. Oh, and let's see, is there anything else I have big announcements to make? I don't think so. We did one patch. I know we have the horse centaur issue. I was still able to reproduce it. It's another one of those where I could not reproduce it. I cannot reproduce it in the editing tool or in the debugger, and then I get into the game and try it, and I was able to reproduce it almost immediately. So I thought I improved it. We will see. 50% off? Well, oh yeah, the haircut. Yeah, I gave myself a haircut 2 days ago. I haven't, for those who missed it, about 6 months ago, I ordered a trimmer, just like a standard, cheap $20 trimmer off of Amazon, and had my 6-year-old daughter try and give me a haircut. But I've actually stuck with it, and I just keep using that thing. This backlighting's not great, so. But anyways, I'm not sure if that makes things better or worse in this room. All right, well, anyways, the hair is shorter. It's starting to get pretty scraggly. Did I mention I'm exhausted? Let's see. I guess one other thing is do not feel obliged to give bits. I'm only throwing it out there because I know some people want it, and now that we're in there, and we're actually kind of low on viewers. I think there's a lot of people away for the holidays. We usually have half again this many viewers by now. But I was going to say, if we get any hype train stuff going, that if you succeed at level 1 on the hype train, I'll do an extra round of prizes. If you succeed on level 2, I'll do 2 extra rounds of prizes. If you succeed on level 3, then you guys are crazy. I forget how much it is. I look 20 years younger? Why, thank you. All right, let me jump into some questions here. In terms of someone trying to get a hype train going there, I don't even know. We never did figure out how the hype train looks or how the hype train works. All right. Dr. L, question: for artifact crafting design, will you consider a new optional slot on item creation which augments from salvaging artifacts can be placed into. This will keep the tier 2 materials irrelevant, hard maple, bronze, etc. This is one I've talked about before, is that's, again, we have this challenge of, I think people have seen us, because we're kind of a small team and a small, not quite a, super indie project, but we're a fairly small project. Things over time have evolved, and, we kind of do development a little bit differently than most projects. Most projects will do, it looks like people are trying to get a hype train going. Again, I don't know what the rules are for getting a hype train going, so you guys will have to figure it out. Oh, looks like there's a hype train going. You guys probably know it better than me. But we do development a little bit differently. We try to plan things out, but really we're probably more reactive than we should be to things, and we try to listen to you guys and craft and, polish and tune things and see what feels good, rather than having this like massive, mini games. It's like everything's designed ahead of time and written out and perfect and exact, and we want it to work exactly this way, and we just don't. That's kind of an old, dated mentality. We try to be, well, of course, they say agile is the buzzword, but a lot of people think agile just means you don't plan anything, don't do anything. We kind of have a balance, but we try to listen to you guys, and we try to see what is actually fun and what you guys actually enjoy doing, because what you guys actually enjoy doing is frequently very different from what we would expect. But anyways, that's where artifacts come in. That's how I got off on that. Squirrel, the person who mentioned don't get distracted by squirrels. But the artifacts came in because it really felt we had all player crafted loot, and that wasn't feeling compelling enough. And trying to come up with some ideas that made loot feel compelling in it. Then really the problem is you'd go out and you'd adventure, for an hour or two, and kind of the loop you'd expect is I go out and adventure for, an evening, an afternoon or something, and by the end of the day, at least like somebody in the party got some item on the adventure that feels like an upgrade to them. And because we have all player crafted loot, it rarely felt that way. It didn't feel, the rewards didn't feel as compelling. So along the way we started adding in artifacts, but then the artifacts kind of competed with the player crafters, and this is really, we want the economy to be driven largely by the loop between player crafters and adventurers. And again, if you get the level 1 finish, that's like a super low bar, I think, but we'll do an extra prize in. Oh, but anyway, so the artifacts, we're trying to work that back in now to make it so there's still player crafting and stuff involved with it. So back to the initial question of having an extra slot, that's one of the things we talked about, or that I talked about before, is one of the things I had to actually start doing, and looked into what tech was missing, which there's really no tech missing. It was really just data that was missing. But making it so artifacts could be found in the world, but when you break them down right now, you get an ancient essence that you can use to repair other artifacts. But making them also have a chance to give you a socketable gem that gives some bonuses relating to the artifact. So, if you have like one of the new items drops like a Belt of the Dedicated, where it gives like a big, a nasty fizzle penalty, but it gives some really big bonuses in terms of, something that a warrior would want. Making that so if you take that out, it can give you a gem that gives you some portion of that, maybe 20 to 50% of that, then you can take that and socket it, and that'll be one of the best socketable things. Right now, the things that you socket are, for attunement or resistance for different magic schools. Oh, you're so close. You got a minute 28. You'll limp across the line here to get level 1. Hey, thank you, Snugsy. Nice seeing you. Oh, but anyway, so yeah, that's an idea, is rather than having these be instead of the other gems. Woo! Hype train. That's one level. Unless you guys are going to get really serious, I would stop there. I'm okay with it. Because I think you got to get really serious to get level 2 hype train, so. It's always disappointing, like when they see them get like 70% of the way there, and then they don't get across the finish line, so. But anyways. So yeah, so the solution may be artifacts, you break them down, you get a gem out of them, but it's a gem for different sockets, so there can be a socket for each type of thing. And it could also, that's one of the things I'd looked at, was because, there's artifact boots or artifact gloves, and obviously those are not socketable things. So maybe that would make more sense, is rather than it being you break it down and you get a generic, you broke down a belt and you got a belt, a generic socket for a dedicated gym or whatever. Instead, it could be a belt socket that will only fit into belts and make them socketable. Maliki, you can send me a whisper in game. Oh, hold on, let me get off GM Ghost. And I'll look. I may be able to help you with whatever it is. I don't think there's any other devs. I know that we have one dev. Actually, we have two devs in the process of moving. I just saw Ravelox jump on and say he's not going to be on the stream because he just woke up and he needs to go eat turkey. Totally understandable. I know Wizard Smoke is out of town. I believe Sanyo might be in town, but I'm not sure what he's doing, but he's not online. So, yeah, you can send Atos a message in-game right now if you want to, and I'll see it over here as a private message. And I might be able to help you. Send it to Atos. Yeah, just send a whisper to Atos, and I might be able to help you. If I laugh, that probably means I'm not going to help you. I'll see. We usually don't have that many customer support issues. Is why I'm saying that. Let me see. I'm going to get to actual questions here. I'm going to go ahead and do the first raffling or prizing. Pardon me. The raffling will happen at 4:30, which apparently we will also be doing the second of three prizings then. No, the raffling's not quite yet. That'll be another 12 minutes. Let me look at the... You haven't sent me a message yet. Let me look at the questions coming up here. So yeah, Dr. L, that'd be a good idea, and that's actually something I'd kind of thought about because I was trying to figure out how to deal with, like, gloves that you break down and you want to get the socket out of your tamer gloves or whatever, and you want to be able to put that in something else. So that would allow it if we just had an extra socket. So yeah, and that also would be a huge new thing for crafters of, one more variable in their ways of, a million different possibility for the different artifacts, the different gloves that they're crafting. That's another new one. Yes, that worked, Maliki. All right, next question. Let's see. Vic Cannon, will any of the town or city homes that are not on the store be making it into the home sale, i.e. Obsidian City Home? I don't know. I'm trying to think what the Obsidian City Home looks like. I know there's the Obsidian Tower ones. I don't know when those come on. Like those are maybe vault ones that rotate through. I don't think we're going to do any special rotating of vault stuff. The one thing that is in question is how long are we going to leave it up? In the past 3 years when we started our Black Friday sale, I think we kept our Black Friday sale up through January 3rd or something like that. Hold on, my dad just texted me. He's harassing me about the UT Longhorns loss. We have a good relationship. But I think this time we'll probably end it. We'll probably run the sale through about maybe Tuesday, but I'll probably bring it back in some form back around Christmas. So you can look for something. We'll take a break, but I don't think we're going to leave it on the whole time. I'm trying to do less of that really long sale. I think you get a lot of fatigue. And then we also talk about it as giving you guys an idea behind the scenes. But we talk about the sale fatigue, and then some of it is like, okay, well, guys, spend less, but also whenever we end a sale, we always have that drop off in sales that's huge, and the longer the sale goes on, the worse it gets. So our Januaries in past years have been horrible. So I'm trying to figure out more things of, like, not just how do we not keep it on, but also how do we get you guys to spend some of those crowns so you guys don't bulk up on crowns now. We want you buying crowns, but we also want you spending crowns. That's part of what the rapid fire sale stuff is about. Let's see what this guy, see if I can help him. If you transferred gold and it's missing off of, this is for the support ticket. If you transferred gold and the other guy didn't get it, we've never had lost items like that. Actually, we've had a few like over the years, but just a handful, and it was all very specific bugs. But it's there somewhere. Either you have it or, the only thing, occasionally something will come up where you get like an exception or something like that, and you won't see it until you zone or log out or log back in. But that's pretty rare. So I will tell you, one time I went to Mexico and I lost my passport. We were in Cozumel. I lost my passport and of course panicked and went to the the security guys at the airport or whatever. I was like, I gotta get a passport. I can't get back to the last part. Lost my passport. And the guys at the airport were very nonchalant, had zero interest, and just kept looking at me and saying, "You didn't lose it. Go back and look. You didn't lose it. Go back and look. You didn't lose it. Go back and look." That's all they'd say. They wouldn't tell me about how to deal with it. So, anyways, the moral to that story is I did actually go back and look for it, and I didn't lose it. I actually did have it. So, they're right. So, anyways, go back and look for it. You didn't lose it. Yes. To the other person who just sent me a message. So I'm missing some of the parts for boxes. I did send, I'm trying to remember who else I sent. Coldors was shipped. I just had another one that was shipped. Also, our shipper person, Felicia, just shipped 13 more boxes. Yes, we're still shipping boxes. These are kind of the ones that were missed long term. But I'm missing some of the pieces. So if you're okay with it, person who just messaged me about not getting your box, speaking of customer support, I will send you just a box full of amazing junk that may not be the junk you're supposed to get. If that's okay with you. Because I'm missing some of the pieces, and I'm not sure if just Felicia has it and she hasn't given them back, or Felicia being our shipping person, or what. But I will send you some amazing stuff and get it to you by Christmas. I did just take a load of stuff. Again, I had to get, I think I already said his name, so I can say it again, Koldar, and one other person take their boxes. So I will take care of you. If that's okay with you, I will send you lots of boxes and lots of stuff. I just don't have the exact stuff I think that's needed to create yours. So I will do it. I still have your address, assuming it hasn't changed since I neglected you for 6 months or so. All right, let's see. I'm not rapid firing these questions very well. Speaking of being distracted and not rapid firing, let me go ahead and not rapid fire some more and call out the first prize inning winnings. Wood duck decoration pet goes to George Kangaroo. Bonnet top grandfather clock goes to Balsy, Baulsy. Sphinx bookend statue goes to Stymied Savage Fury. Ornate Cornucopia 2015 goes to Sephiroth Scourge. I like that name. Epic Fall White Birch Tree goes to Kathy Earnshaw. Congratulations, guys. And yes, I won't forget, I'm going to send you at least 4 boxes. I was looking up there. We have some of those signed copy boxes that... that's one of those weird things. I keep trying to give those out. We had 101 signed editions that Richard signed the box, and I think Richard and Star signed them and signed the maps that we put up for sale. I forget what you had to do to buy them, but put them up for sale on the front page of the website or something. And by the way, I love Star and he's amazing, but occasionally he did do things that bothered me. I'm sure he's watching right now, so I love you, Star. Miss you. Actually, we just talked to him yesterday, or I just talked to him yesterday. But he did we're going to end the sale on these things, which is fine for digital goods if you end the sale. But when it's physical goods and you end the sale, my closet's full up there. It's not full, but I probably got 20 or 30 of them. So, anyways, I have some of those, so I'll throw some of those in for you. All right, back to questions. Gyrocore. I don't know if it's Gyro or Gyro. Gyrocore. Any chance we can get some UI addition to help show more clearly what you have targeted? Target reticle of some kind. Yeah, and I think our target, this is one of those things for those who don't know. Again, we have a long history in the project, and usually when there's something where you're like, that feels stupid, like our targeting system in general, you can usually track it back to some things that evolved and evolved in a bad way that probably should have been thought out more thoroughly. But really, most of that stuff comes from just kind of the change of the game from what it used to be, trying to bring it up to more modern standards and decisions that were made along the way. But the lack of a good targeting thing is another one of those where it was intended to be, the decision to not have very clear targeting was kind of an immersion thing that was by design. That is something, again, that I think that with where we ended up, where it's a very combat heavy game, targeting is important. It really should be more clear. We do have the highlight stuff, but that gets annoying too. I will come up. I already have a plan for how to take care of that. Again, one of the things I'm working on for December is December's going to be largely a polish release. One of the things I'm going to be doing for the polish release is also adding a bunch more functions for Lua stuff. And I should be able to add functions for Lua stuff that will let you do whatever kind of target you want to, but I'm also going to throw in some of my own target. Basically, it'll be a get screen position of current target type stuff. But yeah, I'll give you something more clear. And actually, let me mark that down, because if I don't write it down, I will forget. Clearer target. All right, let's see. Georgia, the jungle. Ask a question. Can we have patterns on back slots be universal so we can use the heraldry cape on wings, on a backpack, etc.? The heraldry cape on wings. Again, I'm trying to think through those things as to what that would mean. Because like heraldry cape and wings are both, non-stat, they're non-stat, they're just visual variances. I'm not sure how you'd have a visual variance of the heraldry cape on wings. I'd need some more information on that before I could say. Something that is really good, though, is Elgarion, who has been, he's been with us since at least the start of the year. But he's been moving more and more into the patterns and understanding those systems, and just been on a tear making things cooler. So that's one that he could definitely get to, and definitely would be within his field of knowledge. Stymie LLTS, it seems that drop rates for shadow essences are a lot lower in Spindleskog Hard and Extreme. Can we get that adjusted? Sadly, you are wrong. They're not less, they are exactly the same. But exactly the same when you're having to work harder for the creatures probably feels like it's less. If it's taking you 5 minutes to kill a creature instead of 1 minute to kill a creature, then it's going to feel like you're getting less drops, which you absolutely are. That is on the list. I don't know if it's going to happen before the end of the year, but getting the dynamic loot system working in there. Again, we've had some bottlenecks on team members in terms of stuff that needs to be done, but that is on the list of things to do. And again, to me, I'm okay working on that, because that is an unfinished system effectively. Having tougher creatures, they do give more experience points now, and I did track down the bug. I think you guys have confirmed. Hold on, I'll have to answer something. But I think you guys have confirmed that the experience point is fixed, part is fixed. I am still looking at the spider guys in Spindleskog giving crazy experience points, so I will be dealing with that. To the person who's doing the CS support stuff, my guess is you're looking at your gold. Your bank stuff is shared, so the confusion is probably coming about that you've got some shared stuff between characters in different slots. That's my guess. Let's see. Azazel Reborn, can we have a locked cursor or have true full screen ability? Currently, the mouse cursor moves out of the game window and stops the character. This is a big issue when we are deep in combat. Yeah, and you lose your mouse off the screen. Yes, I run 3 monitors usually. Sometimes I have 4 monitors going, depending on how annoying I want to be. But yes, I absolutely feel your pain. That is one that for a long time was a Unity limitation of it not letting you do the true full screen. I'm pretty sure they fixed that and we just never updated to it. So I will look into a true full screen. Locking mouse to screen. This is another one that came up, speaking of Unity stuff, where people were asking about, are we going to support the new Mac chip, the M1 chip? For those who didn't know, Macintosh, Apple OS X stuff is moving the new OS X. The new Apples are on the M1 chip, which is really the same chip that they've been using in the phone. What's it called, the M1? A14, whatever they call it. But anyways, it's the same one that was in the phone that's continued to get sexier and sexier and more amazing and more amazing. Now it's actually pretty competitive with the top Intel stuff, and has a variety of different processors and more power efficient than Intel stuff. But right now, of course, you have to compile specially for it, or it can do I think it can do the just-in-time compiling stuff for it. But anyways, we do plan on supporting it long-term. We don't have a good ETA right now. We're somewhat limited by Unity. Unity they have it in the beta version of 2020.2 maybe. So they are bringing support for it to make it native compiling. You can always run it in the compile, kind of the interpreted weirdo version. I have no idea what the performance is like on that. It's probably not great. But if you have one of the new Macs and have tried it, let me know how that looks, how that works. Because I don't know if that's a 20% performance hit or a 200% performance hit. I'm gonna guess it's closer to 200 than 20. But anyways, we will support those at some point. It will take some work. I've already been talking to our team official Mac person, Mac fanatic, loves Macs, about him helping us get stuff moved over to it. And the deal I was trying to make with him was I'll buy him one of the Macs if he ports, jumps through the hoops and gets things working on it. But I also kind of need one too if we're going to support it long term, so I will probably end up getting one. I do have a Mac that a fan donated that I keep right here by me so I can test stuff out on it. I try to test the live builds before they go out on it. And fortunately we haven't had too many Mac specific bugs come up, but on the times we have, I use it for that. Let's see. Oh, we're past the time for the raffle. Let's do the raffle. This is for the Shogun boat thing. I'm going to start the prizing, but you guys need to do !raffle if you went in on the raffle. That's going to be a stream raffle. Only for people on the stream. I'll give you a few seconds for that. Looks like a few of you are still getting in. That's for the Shogun. Oh, I got to get the Shogun boat out of here so I can send it to you guys. And I'll send it to you right here on stream. So you will have to tell me your what character name you want me to send it to. Boop, boop. Okay. I'll give you 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds to raffle in. Doot. All right, hold on. Actually, I'll give you until I finish reading this round of prizes, because that just came in, because you guys get 3 rounds of prizes, because you get the level 1 hype train. The wood duck decoration pet goes to Sagewise. The bonnet top grandfather clock goes to Lilybird. These are all names I love. People I love and have known for a long time. Sphinx bookend statues goes to Psilocybin. Oh, I get it. Maybe? Scylla space Cybin. Ornate Cornucopia 2015 goes to Soylent Green. Epic Fall Wind or White Birch Tree goes to Wind. And now for the other one, the Shogun Ship House goes to, you guys ready? Here we go. Bam. Oh, I can't see who won. Who won? Eric Rules. Another name. You, sir, have won. Who are you in game, Eric Rules? I know you've probably told me this a dozen times from the old days. Graham Wormsbane. Oh, hold on. Ugh. Wormsbane. There we go. Bam. Shogun. This is City Home, so enjoy. Oh, and I forgot to set it as no trade, so you can expect to see that in some RMT money marketplace here in the next 30 minutes. Maybe you can talk to him and buy it off of him for some gold. If he doesn't want it. All right, let me figure out what the next thing. What should the next house be here? You guys probably know these houses better than me. Let's see. Oh, so many. I'm going to go for a town. Is there a town something or another? Oh, great. Player-owned town. That's going to screw up all of them. There's a Shogun town. I like this little stone keep one. I'm going to do a city. We're in home for the holidays, so you guys should be doing city stuff. All right, can't do those guys. Golden airship. No, you can't have the golden stuff. Grand City. Oh, Grand Pirate Galleon. Ooh. Kabold. Oh, the Kabold 4-story Great Hall. That's still my favorite house in terms of just big and giant and open. Oh, there's the Obsidian Keep. Is the Obsidian Keep City Home not available to you guys? Yeah, the Obsidian Keep's actually what I use for mine. I didn't realize that wasn't available. That's kind of lame. There's probably only about 4 or 5 people who have golden airships. Let's see, a pirate airship, pirate galleon. Queen of Chaos. No, you can't have that. We'll do, since we did the other Shogun, let's see. We'll do the Viking Great Hall. That's one I don't see that often. I don't think it's that, I think it's kind of an interesting home. Hold on, let me get the thing up there. Viking Great Hall. And again, these for people who don't know the stream, these are much nicer things than we normally give out. This is like I think these are really cool. I'm not sure how collectible or rare or whatever they are. You guys know that stuff far more than me. I just know they're in a chest over there, and I just went and grabbed some. So I will try to remember to make this one non-tradable though. All right, so you guys can raffle up on that. Let me get back to some questions. I'm not doing a very rapid fire on the questions. Anybody have any funny stories on Thanksgiving they want to share? You can do a question, tell me your funny story if you want to. Monkey Smack 1. Can we trade overweight stacks with other players in pots? Right now it's hard to trade large stacks with other players using the trade screen. I'm trying to remember the history. We have a lot of trouble. We've had a lot of trouble with kind of people we try to make things as convenient as possible, but then there's always exploits of like, because we're a free-to-play game, you can have as many alts as you want technically, just on other accounts. And so people, you want to hold an infinite number of barrels or whatever, then yeah, let me just stand my level, 5 alt next to my crafting station. That dude basically becomes like an infinite chest. I think that's what happens, and that's kind of the why you can't have nice things explanation for why some of those things exist. Some of those limits exist where you can't trade stuff to people if they're overweight or something. So probably not. But again, that's usually if there's something like that that's dumb, it's either I'll say oops, or I'll say explain why you can't have nice things. And that's why you can't have nice things on that, is because some players use it to basically hold infinite amounts of stuff on characters when we let them take more stuff on while they're overloaded, even in pots. Mandalar, is it possible to increase the drop rate of Shadow Essences in Spindleskog when increasing adventure mode, hard, extreme? Yes, that is the dynamic loot part that I said we're trying to get in for. Hopefully we'll get it in for the end of the year. Again, this release, even though it seems like a longer release, the release is actually, it's a 4-week release, and half the team, basically everybody but me, is out of town, not working this week. That's not quite true. There's a few people that got in some work, but I think you guys all know how the holiday season is. But yeah, so we'll have basically a 3-week release, 3 weeks of work, which really means just kind of finished up our week of patching. Then we got a week of dead time towards the end where we just try and fix critical stuff and make sure we don't break anything. So really, it's a 2-week release, but we're still going to get some good stuff done. I'm not sure the dynamic loot stuff will get in. One and Only's been able to give us more time lately after dealing with some sad personal issues. So he would be the one that'd be the easiest one to finish that stuff up and to wrap it up. But again, for those who haven't heard me talk about it, that's some things that seem easy are definitely not easy. When you start getting into anything that distributes loot in the game, that's where it gets into a much harder thing, because we try to be absolutely over-the-top crazy safe on that stuff, which is why we've never had any real dupe bugs or massive, economy-destroying type things. But having that type of stuff is definitely one I'll have to look at, because we've got to build it, and it's got to get built into all the server bundles, and the server now has to be made aware of some stuff it wasn't aware of before. It's the framework should already be there, though, because it already knows about doing the experience stuff for it, so should be very doable. Just needs to get done, and then we've got to do anything that hands out loot. Any changes to that stuff, I always require like integration test for that stuff to make sure that it's rock solid and can't leak, basically. So it's one of those things that seems like it should be really easy, but it's actually got some tendrils that make it more difficult. But yes, we are planning on getting it in there, and then we can get more Shadow Essences, other loot going in for the harder versions. The Mad Chef of Xenos. What are your thoughts on auto-hiding nameplates in PvP areas? Why would you want to do that? Don't you want to know who you're killing? This so you can try and change up. I think we have so many different ways. I think it's kind of important to know who you're fighting, just because, again, you can't really ID them by visuals, because they totally change up. You can totally change up your looks. Just let me throw on, a mask and change my outfit through a deck swap, and now I look like a totally different person. You got to have some way to figure out who it is, so you know know if you hate them. Unless you're hiding. The stealth stuff, I've actually been made aware of a few bugs with stealth stuff, and I'm going to be working on some of those too. Big red marker makes you stick out. Felden Grimshaw, any news on the issue of not being able to place pets in dungeons? If you try, they just move to the hallway. Yes, there's some stuff that broke. I actually looked into why stuff was not, because there's a couple of different things that I'm looking at for the player dungeons. One is some problems with placing like planters and chests in the hall, but also pets, and there's some nav mesh stuff that is breaking. I'm not sure why it's breaking, But anytime you see a pet misbehaving in odd ways like that, it's almost always the nav mesh. For those who are new to the game and haven't really dug into the depths, we have a player-created dungeon where you can build your own dungeon, and you can use it either for decoration or stuff like that, or you can actually put in creatures and try to turn it into a real dungeon. We also have the NPCs where you can program their dialogue, so you can actually put in dialogue. Again, baby steps towards making your own quest and making your own little, adventure space. But yes, that's those are on the short list. The getting the planters and other stuff working in the dungeons is hopefully that'll happen by the end of the year as well. Happen for the next release. I will probably do a number of releases between now and then. For those who didn't know, we changed up how we do our patching, and that we don't patch out any store stuff. If we make sure store stuff is in the release, the previous release for the next release, which makes our patching a lot easier. We don't have to worry. That was actually causing a lot of overlapping change stuff where you try to integrate some stuff that seems like it shouldn't have any tendrils, it shouldn't cause any problems, and it ended up causing problems because so many files get touched by multiple different things, and you pull in parts of some other change when you try to integrate a fix. But that should be much better now. Hey, and thank you for, let's see, I've been forgetting to thank people. Thank you, The Justice, Shadow Vice, Mandalar, Skeggy Media, Red Hammer, Zythar, thank you very much, Irish Eyes, Snugsy1, Red Hammer, Gravity, Bodacious88, Scooby-Doo, Mandalorian, Ayub Neal, Vic Cannon, Treasure Pile, The Mad Chef of Xenos, Stymiel LTS, Dart and Obscuro of the Obscuros, Lilybird, Zythar, and also now thank you Jarhead2311, Jade Serpent, and DWPP, I don't know how to pronounce that, and Little Nugget 13. There, I'm caught up on that stuff. Alright, let me run the last prizing. And thank you, Grumpy. Wouldn't be a stream without seeing you around, bud. That was me saying bud, but I cut it off short. And Big Fangs, thank you for the follow. Now you guys are all getting in on the follows, because now you need that to get in on the raffling. No more lurking in the shadows. Let's see. Arca Impstrike has a long one here. I have been testing dexterity today and noticed that if your crit hits 30-ish%, dex no longer increases crit chance. Bows and daggers particularly hit this crit cap with a relatively low dex. Would it be possible to give dex some for alternative damage boosting to put it more in line with strength and int? I was not aware that there was a cap on it. I don't think there is. You do get, anytime you're increasing the crit chance, you're also getting slightly diminishing returns. Basically, we have, for a long time, we had a percentage system, which was just a 0 to 100 type system. But we moved to a system of pushing. It's basically everybody gets to add in your defense for your chance for miss. And actually, I'm taking some of this back because we actually do the crit chance happens after that. Crit chance will not dilute it. But rather than doing 0 to 100 and rolling the die 0 to 100, we actually do 0 to whatever the total sum of the guy's, your chance to hit, and the guy's defenses for various things like dodging, parrying, blocking with a shield, glancing blow, whatever. So yes, that shouldn't be capping at 30%. I will look into that. I don't know if that's true. I may have just called you a liar on stream. I'll look into it. I'm pretty sure that's not true because sometimes I set my... I'm running around as doing my dev stuff, trying to test. I was just testing the Breach boss fight stuff, doing it by myself. And I was using the crossbow, the 3-shot crossbow. And I turned my strength up to 5,000, and I was not hitting for that much. I was like, ah, crap. And then I turned my dexterity up to 5,000, and I was basically critting every single hit for crazy amounts. So I'm pretty sure that's not true, but I'll look into it. There may be something that makes it feel like that. And for those who don't know, Arca and I are pretty good friends. I can call him a liar whenever I want to. Right, Arca? Let's see. Crossfire Bugseye. Any idea why the search for barn in the Kodo store brings up the anchor? Really? No, I have no idea. Let's see if it's something in the let's see. Rare, precious. This is a rare, previously expired item. Yeah, I don't know why barn brings up the anchor. That's where you store it, is in the barn. Nope, don't know. That's probably a really simple explanation. Search for barn brings up anchor. Great question. I have no idea. Echo Box TV. Hey Chris, love the artifact salvaging idea. Thank you. Is it possible to save whether or not you want your cloak or helm showing with each deck? Yeah, that's one we've seen more and more players. They want to have more customization. Again, the other one that comes up frequently is they want to be able to save out their, their non-combat bar and have it change out with the deck as well. I've got a bunch of stuff on Wizard Smoke right now that's deck improvements. Some for, it seems no matter how many decks we give you guys access to, you guys always want 20 more than what we gave you. I forget what our limit is right now, but I had more people requesting, I run out of deck slots, I need some more. But also the rearranging the deck slots, the deck is one of them. Changing out the bar is another one. I'm trying to remember what some of the other ones are, but yeah, I can get that on for an improvement, because yeah, that is probably one, depending on your, what deck you have available. It'd be nice, you got your, again, I don't know how everybody uses them, but how I've always imagined them being used and how I use them is, you've got a deck for combat, you've got a deck for, here's my looking fancy in town deck. You've got your, maybe your PvP deck, and you got your tank for when your deck for when you're going to tank versus, be a caster. Yeah, you got lots of situational builds. And some people even have like, setting up other stuff. For those who haven't dug into the depths of the games, there's a lot of depths in there. So people have stuff like, here's my deck for fighting undead. If I'm going into a place that has a lot of undead, here's the deck I use when I go to maybe this one specific, going to the breach doing the boss fight, because there's a lot of elementals in there that some of them have high magic resistance or something. But anyways. Yes, ERG healing. ERG, yeah, so you guys run. I understand we're run out. I've got those all on there. Again, turning up the deck number is one I've done before, but I've also broken some stuff when I just turn up numbers, so I just put it on him. Let him turn up the number, because I'm sure he'll want to test things. Let's see. Did I read off the third round of questions yet? I don't think I did. Our third round of prizing. Wood duck decoration pet goes to Din Haru. Congratulations, Din Haru. Bonnet top grandfather clock goes to Agios. Sphinx bookend statue goes to Gamlet. Ornate cornucopia 2015 goes to Mandalar. Epic fall white birch tree goes to Azurion Dufresne. For those who haven't won a prize before, you're probably very unlucky or new, because we do this every Friday and give away 10, 15, 20 prizes every Friday. But anyways, normally those get sent out. Elgarion is pretty good about sending them out like that night or the morning after. But because he's out of town, you should probably expect these. These may not show up in your mailbox until maybe Monday-ish. So we'll see. They may get done this weekend, though. But probably this will be more like back in the old days when I would ship them and I'd be like, oh, I think I'm a week behind or 2 weeks behind. You guys would be yelling at me about it. But this will probably be Monday because I think that's when he returns. Shadow Vice asks, how do we get signed boxes now? Great question. I can probably... I know the guy who runs the game. I could get him to put them up in the store probably. Actually, we kind of got out of the physical goods stuff, but this break, for those who didn't know, for this break, my break was I basically work from 4 a.m. until Maxine wakes up, my 6-year-old, around 9 o'clock. And then I try to do stuff around the house. But I've been trying to do some cleanup around the house. And I'm trying to get that room cleaned up and get everything to fit on one shelf, and currently it does not. So maybe I'll do something with boxes over this break. And I promise I will ship them like immediately if you guys do them. But yeah, I forget how many of these boxes I have, but I'm trying to keep some of the normal boxes, the building pieces, back, so in case we do have more. Like I just had one of the ones I just shipped this week was one that just came up that I think he posted on the Facebook page. Like, you know, he basically registered, you know, did the Kickstarter years ago, but then totally forgot about the game until just now, and was wanting his box. And I sent him a box. All right, let's see. So we got about 3 minutes until the next raffle. That'll be my last one. I'm not going to stay late tonight. I'm going to go make some pumpkin pie with my 6-year-old. Let's see. Let me get down here. I'm going to just try and pick a few things here. Unbeliever Dragger. Also make clear which plants still need watering. This is one of those things, again, you know, I'm in charge of the game, but I don't know all the parts of the game. Watering, planting stuff is not one that I've done. That's always been a Wizard Smoke thing. And I know Elgarion is an expert on it, so I will talk to those guys. I'll just copy that one over to our chat, over to our system design, so I can get feedback from those guys on it. Mad Chef of Xenos, what are your thoughts on fishing randomly causing critical failures in non-pot zones and spawning a crocodile or something? We have talked about this and really, really want to do it. There's a little tech that needs to go with it. Again, we try to take our security pretty seriously on things, so we try to, you know, if some creature is going to spawn in a scene, the scene has to basically know about it in advance so it can create any treasure stuff for it. So like if you have seen any GM events, I believe Arca, who's in the stream there, might have run a GM event here recently. He was pointing out that maybe he doesn't want me to tell people this, but he's actually like number 9 on the PvP list, even though he's never killed anybody, because he discovered a bug, which is he ran a GM event where he summoned creatures, and the creatures were killing people, and he was getting PvP kills for the creatures. Is he in chat anywhere in there? Oh, yeah, there he is. So anyway, so if you see Arca on the PvP leaderboard, that's not real. That's him running a GM event and killing people with some creatures. But anyways, I mentioned that because I was just reminded of that. Again, the squirreling off track. We could... Summoning the alligator is easy, or summoning the sea creature or the tree ant or whatever we want to have you catch that gets pulled out of the water and spawns. Like, spawning it is the easy part. Having it have some reward that comes with it in terms of experience and also loot is the tougher part, because that felt like that would be too, it'd be annoying to have it. Like, you used to be able to fish, but now sometimes you fish and a creature will spawn randomly that will have no loot and give no experience. So anyways, there's some things we're going to do on that. I think because it will mostly happen in pots, we've got some pretty easy fixes for it. But it's one that actually we've talked about doing before that we wanted to do. It has come up a number of times because it's another one, we look for ways to deal with people botting in the game. We do have some mechanics in there to try to catch them. We know that it does not catch all of them. And just occasionally I need to go and make some more broad sweeps and clear out people, because usually it's a handful of people causing the problems. But it'd be another one for those people who are trying to bot fishing having the occasional random summoning where you know Cthulhu appears or whatever and kills you would be a nice way to deal with the botters a little bit. Let's see. All right, so it's actually after time here. We already did the last drawing there. Guys, again, we're going to leave the sale up. We'll leave it up at least through Tuesday. I'm going to see what parts I leave down. It sounds like we're not going to get some houses that people wanted. I will look into that and see if I can get stuff to rotate through. Again, we have the vault where stuff comes up in the vault, but it's not something we really control. It's just kind of on a pattern. So when those come up, I'm not sure when that'll be, but maybe I'll look into putting some more houses that are vault houses, getting some more of those up so you guys have a chance to get them during the Home for the Holidays sale. If it doesn't happen for this sale, again, we'll probably end it for a couple, 2-3 weeks, and we'll have it again towards Christmas time. Have it for Christmas time, and then also probably have a little bit extra coolness to the sale. So if not now, hopefully you can get it for your Christmas present. Let's see. I see Asa plus 68 asked one that has been asked before on a previous stream. How many two-man teams have done the breach since the changes? I have not looked into it. I did see some people doing the breach, which makes me happy that there's still people in there. Let's see if anybody's in there right now on my friends list. Yeah, there's a couple. Emery Watson's in there. But yeah, there's a few people in there. I know some people are going there because you can farm at least 3 of the mini bosses, and they've got some, some drops that are worth having, and there's pretty decent experience points. But yeah, I have not checked to see if anybody's done it with 2 people again. Last time I checked, there was the one group that done it with 2, but that was when the Bard spell could still be used. The Bard spell will be continuing to get some more tunes and tuning up in terms of how it behaves with the mesmerizing stuff and a few other things. But all right, let me do one last raffle here and get off so I can go make some pumpkin pie, because we did not have any pumpkin pie, and I have whipped cream to go on the pumpkin pie. And I don't think Maxine, my daughter, has ever had whipped cream. So yes, raffle. Raffle, 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 raffle. GM off-spec meds still works 95% as well before the change. GM off-spec meds. More like 90%. Okay, well, I'm going to continue to look into it again. It's one of those things I try to nudge things rather than doing the massive pendulum swing where it was super OP and then now it's super underpowered, and because that ends up with people rage quitting, and we don't like people rage quitting. But it does sound like at least got some of the way there. Whiskey. I'm not sure what whiskey has to do with anything. But I like the suggestion. I should go do that. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't drink anything last night for Thanksgiving. I'll probably have a drink tonight. It's one of those weird things. You get so full, it's just like, oh, I don't feel like I could drink. If I drink, I'm like falling asleep now, and I'll just like go into a real coma instead of just a turkey coma. Okay, you guys ready? Getting ready to pick the winner? And clicking the button, throwing my hands up. DWWP, you have won. Speak up and chat. Congrats, DWWP. If you would like the, what did I say, the Viking Great Hall, you got to give me a name there, bud. Doot, 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 doot. Doot, 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 doot. Bodie. Wait, we let you have 2-letter names? Apparently we do. Let's see, Viking Great Hall. Let's see. Oh. Sorry, I remembered to set it this time. Congratulations. It has been sent. Oh, and I got a new friend. Ladinor is my new friend. Guys, again, I did not get through too many questions there. I wandered on a bunch of them. Again, my little off my game today, was not even thinking about streaming after a turkey day and getting ready to make some pumpkin pie. But guys, thanks for joining me anyways. Glad to give out a few extra prizes there. Enjoy the sale. Again, the sale will go, this one will go through Tuesday, and we'll probably end it then. But we'll probably have another one later. Okay. Probably have another sale right around Christmas time, where we'll even throw in a few more things. We won't do more than a 25% off sale. This is kind of a unique thing for us, doing 25% off instead of 20% off. Again, this was me looking at things in terms of our pie charts of where we sell stuff and trying to figure out what people want, and that's one of the things, having a way to take that step from the free village up to the town was kind of what I was thinking of for a lot of players, and making it so it's pretty cost effective. Pretty cheap if you want to do it. And again, you can do it all in game without spending a dime, because a lot of people do sell crowns. So, but again, guys, thank you. Stay safe. I know it's probably too late for a lot of you guys. Hopefully things will work out, and visits won't cause any spread of anything. But be safe out there. Be careful. Enjoy those leftovers. And again, just be safe for the holidays. And I'm missing something. Fishing contest winners. We're going to double up on the fishing contest winners for next week, because Elgarion he went out of town, and he's the guy that does the fishing contest winners, and I don't think I got fishing contest winners from him. Let me look back and double check. Yes, I've confirmed he did not give them. So we'll double up on the fishing prize winners for next time. I'm not sure when Elgarion will have them, but he may actually do a post or a tweet about them or something like that. Get them out to you guys a little bit earlier. I do need to do the other thing where I go and figure out who I'm going to raid. Again, if you're a new streamer, love raiding the new streamers, but also I see, we have so many good people here today. We have Silvertree. I was just on his stream last week. Is that right? Yeah, last week. Grumpy, I owe you. I think we're coming to you, Grumpy, even though I see the Graceful Bard, Willie Beans. That's a name I haven't seen before. Lovely Wivet, and Last Diameter. All good people there. But Grumpy, I'm behind. I don't think I've given you a raid, and I want to give you a raid. So you have hung with us for a long time, buddy. Even with me being mean to you sometimes. So we're going to raid Grumpy. Go see Grumpy. He might be a little grumpy, as his name suggests, but he knows how to play, and he's a really cool dude. And he's been around for a long time. So go give Grumpy a check. We are officially giving him a raid. Is it going? We're going. But again, guys, stay safe. Don't forget, it's now officially okay to put up your Christmas decorations. We actually put up ours like 2 weeks ago. We actually have a neighborhood trail, and Maxine and I were so excited about Christmas stuff. I bought 100 decorations, outdoor decorations, and we went and decorated our Christmas trail, which I told Maxine we try to do little good things for people here and there, and because Maxine really enjoys it. And I told her that was a good thing we're doing, and we went and knocked on a porch, because she drew a picture for a friend that's in the neighborhood, and we went and knocked on their porch so she could leave her the picture. And her mom came out, and we mentioned, if you guys want to go like on a distance walk or something sometime, we're open to that. And she said, oh, we would. Have you seen the trail? Somebody decorated it. And Maxine was just like bouncing around. So anyways, that's my feel-good Maxine story for the week. But we decorated the trail, and somebody noticed it immediately. And Maxine got to be the one to tell her, I did it. So anyways, guys, have a great rest of your holiday weekend. Have a great, what do we got here? 5 weeks until the end of the year. Woo. And we will have another release in about 3 weeks. Less than 3 weeks. So guys, be safe. Let's go raid Grumpy. Give him a follow if you aren't following him. And talk to you guys later. See you in a week. Bam.